What's happening, Wanderers? Wanderers Wellman back again for another video. We are at the airport again, another first day adventure in Florida. And no, I'm not going to the Florida Keys again, although that was a great experience. Check out the video if you want to see some of those adventures. We're actually connecting from Florida to a country in South America, Peru. My first time in that continent, have a 5-hour layover, so just walking around, walking off that burrito I just ate earlier. So stay tuned as we fill you in on our travel day and get our first impressions of Peru coming right up. But first, let's get going from North America to South America. Getting work done at the airport. Flight's leaving in about an hour. A lot of people. Alright, so we made it to Lima, Peru. We're going to check into our Airbnb here in Miraflores. Miraflores, let me try to say that again. Because look, Mira, flores, flowers. No, bad pun. But anyway, we're tired. It's about 11 p.m. at night. I'm going to show you more of our actual first impressions of Peru. Tomorrow we'll start to explore Miraflores and the surrounding area. Really excited, but really excited to also get to bed soon. Buenos dias, everybody. We are getting up at our tiny little Airbnb here in Lima, Peru, in the neighborhood of Miraflores, as I'm sure you saw last night, as I was half tired, half awake, stumbling into our place of residence. It's very cheap here, very small, which is nice if you just are a a couple travelers like us. Got a nice little bathroom here, tiny little closet, and a bed with enough space to just walk through. It was only about $20 a night here, which is probably the main reason why we decided to stay here. Also being that it is in Miraflores, which we heard is the best, safest neighborhood to stay in for tourists, and we're getting it late at night, so we figured why the heck would we try going somewhere we don't know is safe and wandering around. Might as well play it safe. Gotta stop saying safe. Anyway, we're gonna see what we can find here in Miraflores in Lima before we head to another place in a few days where we're gonna be spending a whole month in Peru. Very exciting stuff. Let's go. Hello. So we've only been walking outside for like literally 1 minute and I can already see why they call it Miraflores. There are so many beautiful, vibrant flowers and just this one little street that we're staying in. So excited to see some more beautiful attention to detail and little things littered around Lima, Peru. But first things first, we have to exchange some dollars for Peruvian sol, so that way we can have some cash, just in case they don't accept tarjetas everywhere we go. So we're gonna get some money and then go to the next place, hopefully. All right, everybody, so we have our Peruvian sole, and we are walking down the streets of Miraflores to get our first meal here in Peru. The meal is going to be at a restaurant called Sabor y Vida. Let's see. You excited? Mm-hmm. Got a nice delicious tea. Let's have a go. Nice and sweet.
It tastes like Fruit Loops.
Cool. Alright, so my official first Peruvian dish, I believe, is Lomo Saltado. And it is so delicious, guys. I could easily eat like 5 of them. It's a really hearty, like red, almost like a chili, or I don't know, savory soup, and has squash, carrots, onions, potatoes, olives, and like a sort of soy cutlet with rice. So hearty, I could, again, easily eat like 10 plates of this. Love it. Peruvian food so far is so good. Definitely come to Sabor y Vida to get some good food for a pretty reasonable price, I think. We shall see. And we have finally made it to one of my favorite parts, not favorite because I'm just exploring, one of the parts I want to see the most in Lima, Peru, in Miraflores, which is going to be the coastline. We're here at Parque del Amor, or the Park of Love, and definitely feel a lot of love. There's some really pretty statues, great palm trees, and nice views of the ocean and the cliffs, which we are going to continue to walk around and just take in the beautiful sights. That's a nice cloudy day, which is very typical of Lima. A little warm, a little muggy, but also nice breeze off the ocean here and there. So, weather pretty darn good for April from North America. So we left Parque del Amor and we're just walking along the coastline with a series of parks with continued great views of the stunning coast. Lots of different parks with interesting trees, charming little birds, and pretty flowers and sculptures littering the way. Vanessa's actually checking out an interesting tree at the moment. Same as what?
The ones in Hawaii.
Oh yeah.
Those.
On the coast as well, there's a really beautiful lighthouse here called Faro de la Marina, I think. Could be getting that wrong. Anyway, just another point of interest along this beautiful walk. Again, I think it's like 6 miles long along the coast of Lima, Peru, showing beautiful signs of the Pacific Ocean. Talking really quietly, guys, because I'm trying not to yell and ruin other people's peace and quiet, because it is really peaceful as well. And another great point of interest that we just stumbled upon actually is the Parque del Chino Miraflores, which if you didn't know, a lot of Chinese people actually immigrated to Peru in like the 1900s. So there's a large cultural influence here, whether we're talking about cuisine or just the general people that live in the area. So it's really cool to see this Chinese themed park and this beautiful natural location that is the coast of Peru, Lima that is. So the great thing too is there's lots of little separating paths and ways to explore more of the park. And there's a series of them, as you can see. So we're on this beautiful little staircase, I guess you can call it, pathway, where there's lots of shade provided by palm trees and other interesting trees, which I've actually seen in many other parts of the world. So it's cool to reminisce and see some interesting pine trees or maybe temperate trees with a nice mixture of the heat and sun being close to the equator, but also the humidity caused by the the hot and cold fronts. Yada, yada, yada. Don't want to get too scientific about it. Just a really beautiful urban garden, green space, whatever you want to call it. All right, Vanessa, you have been put on trial for your crime. Go sit in the electric chair. Together. Together. So after seeing some buildings, some nature, and just a little bit of Lima, what are your first impressions, Vanessa?
It's really pretty. I like all the flowers. It has like a California coastal town vibe. Mm-hmm. I like it.
She likes it. I like it too. I agree. Especially in Miraflores, which I'm sure you've heard a million times from me, means like look at the flowers, essentially, because there are lots of beautiful flowers, lots of little touches to detail to make it pop a little bit, and there's nice vibrant colors and some of those colonial buildings that you expect from South America, from the European influence, and just the vibrant culture that you can experience here. So I like it too. It also seems to be a pretty well built up city with lots of different neighborhoods. Definitely very vast, lots to see and do here, I'm sure. I really like the neighborhood we're staying at, but they have a good infrastructure for public transportation, it seems. So yeah, pretty well built up, and seems like a very solid, beautiful South American city. And of course, the coast and the gardens were very pretty as expected in the area of Miraflores. And it's an unusually bright day based on what I've seen online. Normally Lima is supposed to be more gray. Today's actually a bit really bright outside. There's maybe some haziness just from the water meeting the hot area on the coast, but they're really clear and beautiful scenes of nature and beautiful scenes of buildings. Another cool thing about staying in Miraflores, especially to the north part where we're staying, is there's actually a little bit of Incan history, and this is actually an unfinished site of a preserved ruin or pyramid that I think was actually even pre-Incan. So definitely check that out. Cool to at least look at while you're walking around the area. If you want to stop in and see more, that's up to you. But it's a cool little contrast besides just the modern, pretty buildings and sites you can see. Also get some historical sense of the ancient Incan populations preceding current day Peruvians. Don't know how I stumbled through that sentence, but I made it somehow. So from those neat little pyramids we just walked past, it was time to get some food because we were long overdue for some delicious food in Lima, Peru. And honestly, all the food here was delicious, but Raw Cafe in Miraflores was one of our favorites, and as the name suggests, it serves raw food in a really beautiful, cute cafe, but that doesn't mean it can't be delicious too, because our dinner, my oh my, I got the gratin de papas, and they are potatoes with this delicious sort of like cheese and pesto-y sauce. So good with some fresh vegetables as well. And Vanessa got a really good entree as well, which was the bowl crocante, which was just like a savory sort of grain bowl with tofu and tempeh. Amazing. The chocolate banana cheesecake, a little less so, but the savory stuff, so good. So a quintessential drink in Peru is the Inca Kola. Inca maybe based off the Incans, Cola because it's maybe like a soda-like beverage. I've heard mixed reviews about it. Heard it's very sweet like bubblegum. Well, I'm gonna have a taste here in a second and let you know how it is. A little bubblegummy, but not as much as I thought. Honestly, it's not as bad. I thought it was gonna be way too sweet. It's not so bad. Is it my favorite soda? No, but I'd try it again. So I'd give this maybe like a 5 out of 10. All right, guys, so we made it back to the Airbnb. And the thing is, Vanessa has a very weird, I don't know, we can call it maybe a disease, maybe a particular preference where she only likes drinking the end of the bottle, so she gets all the backwash.
You're disgusting.
Anyways, I drank most of it, but Mary left already. Let's see her reaction.
I don't like it.
What does it taste like?
Bubblegum, but like not quite bubblegum. It's like a chemical bubblegum. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you guys let me know in the comments if that one makes sense. But thanks for watching our first day in Lima, Peru. It was so much fun exploring this city, but make sure you check out our other day exploring this beautiful city of Lima, Peru, eating and seeing all these beautiful areas that can be explored. Thanks for watching. Peace.